You are probably one of those people who were so pleased to see how their investment in a Palm Springs home would fare on Airbnb after you bought it and remodeled it 2 years ago. But I'm sorry to report that we've already lost money on the venture. And for your own sake, keep watching and finish this video. The market for short-term vacation rentals is oversaturated, meaning that wealthy white-collar professionals have instead snapped up many properties that would have been suitable for mortgages or long-term rentals. It started with the viral tweet from Texas runner DFH. "We haven't had a single booking since June," says one Airbnb host. "I'm in Palm Springs. Where are you located?" Well, no. The occupancy has declined quite a bit. Jim Ewing, who is the person who made that post, was contacted by the Time magazine, and he says that his property in Desert Hot Springs, California dropped from 80% occupancy to 0% this past month. That was one story. And you already know the owners are attaching all sorts of conditions. They give you a cleaning fee. All right, I could live with the cleaning fee. I get it. You got to clean up the place. Then they started jacking up the cleaning fee. And they do that again and again. In a response to your no, it's not a different problem. And oh yeah, okay. So that's exactly what I was going to get to. Someone might respond, okay, and my cat's there, and you gotta flea sits for lice. And then okay, make sure you spread the lights on yourself before you leave. There's this massive list of things you have to get perfect. That turned so many people off. And then I kept reading to see, alright, well, there's an oversaturation, so clearly they're going to decrease prices. Capitalism is the name for it. Investigate, but it's called free markets for a reason. Do the proper research. No, but they refuse to look into it. And now it turns out that they haven't lowered the prices at all. And they're acting entitled. As a result, saying things like, "Oh my god," about this house, and "I demand that it be filled at all times," and "I demand that you do my laundry and dishes," and "give me a mani or petty while I drop by during your vacation." I mean, all you have to do is kick back and let the money roll in, right? Kidding aside, you realize that passive income is a myth, right? Unless you expect the people renting your short-term rental to do all the work. Unless you're invested in stocks and they pay you dividends. That's a little bit easier because you can go into it personally. But when you're doing an Airbnb, you gotta get the thing. You have to set it up. You got to arrange this. And you got to arrange that. And then you're like, oh my god, I don't want to do that. I just want to be a passive income. You won't drop the price, so either figures it out or go on with your life. I'm not going to be the one to cry if you guys don't let up on the ludicrous conditions you impose on the homes. And you can just say, hey, this is capitalism, because it would be ridiculous. Before we continue, why don't you hit that like and subscribe button? That is one good way to show your support for Stockology. We appreciate you all for doing that. And without further ado, let's continue the discussion. There should have been a regulatory effort to prevent the oversaturation we are seeing, especially in light of the tremendous housing crisis and shortage we're currently experiencing. Market analysts claim that many US Airbnb remains unoccupied since many well-to-do individuals and investors registered their homes as short-term rentals after the global COVID outbreak. According to data gathered by AIRBnb, the number of short-term rental listings in the United States reached an all-time high of 1.38 million in September, a rise of 23.2% compared to the same month in 2016. Again, if there were a surplus of houses and no one knew what to do with them, then 1.38 million short-term rentals in September would be okay. However, this is not the situation we find ourselves in. Instead, online discussions often devolve into heated debates over such topics as, are you a NIMBY or a YIMBY? And are we building enough? I don't mind any of that. If you want to make regulations to ensure affordable housing in your neighborhood, that makes sense to me. But if you're on Airbnb and you have a standard regulations, great. I point to these people. Whether they were random white-collar people who bought us $1 million home and wanted to do an Airbnb with it, or we're institutional investors, you can't just be like, yes, free market, and they'd be like, oh no, free market, somebody protects me. I hope you get what we are pointing out in this video. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you find this video helpful, give us a thumbs up, and if you are new to our channel, subscribe to us. See you in our next video.